I put a table into my Autocruise VISTA. It's one of these swinging leg ones. I put this top on it is temporary, or it might stay, I don't know yet. I just done that as a size to see how I wanted it. But it's a swinging leg, and I put it on the side of my bunk. I built a bit of a bottle bank behind the driver's seat, and I've screwed it on the side of the bunk, and there's a foot down on the floor, so it lets the table swing. I mean, you've seen these in many camper vans, and it lets the table swing around and do different positions. It's an upgrade that I think is going to be beneficial to the way we use the van. We get the freestanding table out every time we have a meal, but this will allow us to, if we're just having a light breakfast, this will allow us to just simply use this one. I think it might be beneficial when we're on site as well, because we very seldom, occasionally we do, but very seldom sit in the driver's seat. We tend to use that seat, and then we tend to come round and one of us is in the lounge. With having the L shape there, you tend to put your back against the cushions and with your feet spread out, and the same thing happens there. You tend to sit on that seat and put your feet onto the driver's seat, so that table will be probably staying up while we're on site. It will also sit tucked in like that, so if you do want to sit in driver's seat with your cup of coffee on there, and then sitting the other way, you can sit in passenger seat with your coffee on the work surface, with the Vista, with having the side kitchen. It's a handy place to put your coffee, as opposed to having two single beds, one down each side. You really do struggle for table space, but we've never struggled for table space. It's just that I thought this might be an added extra. And some nights we sleep with our heads at that end. If it's a hot night, we sleep with our heads at that end because we have the cab windows open, lots of fresh air. So when you sleep with your head at that end, you've also got a night table. The freestanding table we use very much when we're having like a full evening meal. We both sit there. It's quite luxurious in the amount of space that we have. But that small one there, I have thought about using. I used to have, if you look in a previous video, there used to be a cover that opened up there and stood up against the window, but it shut a lot of light off, and it was screwed down here. I put these covers, so I've taken that off. I've still got that, and I was wondering whether that would make a table for there, as it is the same decor as this, with the same edging, but it's got a hinge, a piano hinge down the middle of it, which I'm not sure about. So that's a test piece. It may end up being the right piece. I'll put an edging on it, or I may end up changing it, but just for now it looks like that's going to work, as opposed to getting this big table out for each time we want a tabletop. The table, when not in use, I've fitted it in the wardrobe behind my outside chairs. The swing out table that I got, there's this one on eBay, and it's £59, and it's got £7.99 postage, and it's, these people are doing loads of parts for camper vans. But I didn't buy that one. I got mine from Amazon, exactly the same leg, from the same people, but it was postage free. So I saved $7.99 in the postage. But it says here that on there it's $7.99 UK delivery. But when I bought it, it was free delivery. So I bought mine about a week or two ago to what you see in this now. So it may have started charging, I don't know. But I got mine for £59 post free, and I got it from Amazon. So that's the kit if you want to do one yourself. That's an upgrade that I think I'm going to enjoy. I'll show you a couple of other upgrades that I've done to the Vista, which if you own a Vista or you're thinking of getting a Vista, which many people have messaged me and said that it's something they're planning on the springtime of next year, I'll show you a couple of other upgrades. I bought some deadlocks for the cab. As you can see, it's hose safe, and it's a deadlock which can only be turned with the key. So that's it in its unlocked position, and you just simply deadlock it across, and that is now locked. Having one on the driver's door, obviously there's no point in having just the one, so they come in a pair, and every time I leave the vehicle now I can deadlock the cab, and we depart through the back door. So after putting the two deadlocks on, we exit through the back door, lock this lock, lock this lock, and that's our security. Another upgrade I've done, which is on one of my other videos, I put a window in the back door, as there wasn't a window in it, so when you were on site you were sort of like, you could see from there over to there, but you couldn't see anything behind you, which I thought was a bit of a nuisance, so I put the window in the back door. That wasn't a difficult job. And then another upgrade was the reversing camera, which I find very, very useful. Some more upgrades that I've done. I've added a shelf to each of the cupboards, and simply by putting in a couple of pins that you get from the likes of B&Q or hardware shops, and cut a piece of board, it gives you a double shelf space. What we were finding was we were piling our clothes up only so high, and the rest of the space was being abandoned. So now gives us double space, which is very, very useful. Don't always fill it. I also did the same in this cupboard. I keep first aid kit, CDs, binoculars, and then I put another shelf in, which I'm in the Company Caravan Club, so it gives us room for their maps in their books and other information that I like just to keep all together. So that add-in shelving has been very useful. An upgrade I did on this side of the van, the kitchen side, in my cupboard I have my coffee, couple of coffee cups, all my salt and peppers and milk and sauces and stuff. But the upgrade in here, you won't see it, but down inside there was a sloping piece of shelving, so I put another piece of shelving flat on it, across it, so everything can sit flat and it doesn't rattle about. Everything fits into the exact place, and each time I use one thing I put it back into the same position. I was thinking of putting another shelf into this one, but I don't think I need it, so the shelving is just in the clothing cupboards. And then another upgrade, I put the blue LEDs across the cab at night time. That works a treat, it really does. It lights everything up so gloriously in the dark. That really does work a treat. So that's another. And I personalised my van, our van, Jan's van in my van. I'm calling it my van, I just get told off for that. I personalised it with, we've personalised it, again, getting told off, with little bits and pieces that we collect as we go around places. You know, whether it's into Wales or around into England, we're collecting bits and pieces. I mean, like an example, this come from Whitby, the feather catcher. The red kite come from Wales, where we were at a red kite centre. So we're just collecting little bits and pieces, personalising the van. One thing I find very handy is me metal lizard. Every time we come into the van, I have a rule that the deadlocks has to be unlocked, and so as soon as I enter the van, I unlock the deadlocks, because you do not want to drive with them on. If you're involved in an accident, nobody can rescue you. So as soon as the deadlocks are unlocked, the keys live there, and they stay there the whole time that we're on site. I know exactly where my keys are each time I come to collect them. And still on the upgrades, I did the under pelmet lighting, and I've done some under pelmet lighting on this side. One of my other upgrades is the blue light in the back of the van, and this is a bag. I simply put the body of a cushion in it to make it a different appearance in my van, give me some colour, along with my lady hanging up there. So that is the upgrade on the outside, as well as I said, the window, as well as the reversing camera, and to give it some colour, Hippie Motors on eBay. A little bit more personalisation around the old gear lever. So that's the upgrades on the Vista. If you're going to get yourself a Vista and you want a Vista, then go ahead, do it now. Do it for the spring. Go out next summer and enjoy it. And if you've liked this video, you can give me the old thumbs up, like they say on YouTube. And any questions, only too happy to answer them. See ya.